Ooh, what's up? Oh, I don't know what I forgot today, but I know I forgot some stuff. Welcome back. Today we got 2 front doors and a full windshield on an F-150. I'll be honest, I totally thought this was a full Explorer appointment. So my schedule is a little weird today. But we are going live also on TikTok. We had a big video that finally got me to where I needed to go on it. So I'm going to try and set that up too, which is going to be fun and tricky. Very tricky. Where is it? We good? Okay, cool. So how do I do this? I gotta get, there's Twitch. And then I should see, there we go. Okay, now I got my stream on here. And then if I go to TikTok, and then live, mobile gaming. Do I get to do landscape or portrait? Portrait, maybe? This is where we learn. So I'm setting this up. So then if we go live. Okay, screen broadcast. Start broadcasting. Okay. Allow. So then we're gonna go here. We're gonna say this. And then we're gonna make it big. And we're gonna see how that works. So then we're gonna go to TikTok on. How do I see my live stream? Okay. I think we're fine. That should work. I don't know. Do you have to keep volume up on your phone for it to work? It doesn't make sense to me. See, the funny thing about all this stuff. Can you watch live streams on the desktop? Let me put this over here. So what I'm trying to do right now, look at this. Isn't this crazy? It did 3 point, I posted this video yesterday. You may have seen it. It got 3.2 million views in like a day. That's insane. Tint content. But I'm trying to figure out how to go watch my live stream because I don't think I can do that on here, which is, to me, super weird. All right. Well, we'll set up the camera and we'll just get into it, and then we'll learn as we go. I have a tablet over there that I can try. YouTube's got like the same problem, man. It's always so fun trying to figure out all these little things. You have an echo. we have an echo. Hang on. We're doing... I think I can do a workaround. There. That actually might fix it. Oh my God. Sorry. This is what happens when I try something new. Have you had training so far? I'm looking to attend May or June. Oh, how have your trainings been? They've been really, really good. So we ran our first class in March. That went super, super well. So I'm really excited. We have April coming up next week. So they've, for 3 days, you get a lot of help out of 3 days. What? That doesn't even make sense. Holy Sorry. I'm going to jump into this in a minute. So now I'm not allowed to go live on TikTok for hateful behavior. I just did a live test. What was hateful about that? Oh my God. I don't even know. But I ended that, and then I tried to... What? I was there. Is actually nothing hateful. Yeah, because... It was like a 2-minute test. How did that get flagged? That scares me. That scares me a lot. Well, so much for that. All right, so we're going to get started on this one. All I was trying to do was set it up without an echo, and I kind of understand why the echo happened. Not really sure how to fix it, though. Not yet, but I'm suspended for however long, so I'm sure it's not possible today. I'm having trouble with moving the film around once I put it on the window. Any advice? It kind of sticks too fast. The first thing that you can do is just add more soap. It usually is what that means. Because you need soap for it to slide. That's the whole point. So if there's not enough soap, it's not going to slide. What was hateful? Automated flags, man. I don't even know what it picks up. See, that's the worst. When you are completely unsure of what happened and why it happened. But so I've been trying to enable some features on there for not very long, maybe like a couple months at this point. And then we finally got there yesterday. We put out a video. We put out a video yesterday that did super well. Look at that. This one right here. How to avoid a tint ticket. 3.2 million views inside of a day. I mean, it's 7 seconds, but it was great. Everybody's live at the same time. Yeah, because we all have the same working hours. No, the video's fine. I just tried to do a live stream test. I don't think there was any type of actual review. I think it was just an automated thing. Somehow it got flagged. Hateful behavior. I don't understand what was hateful. That's the worst. For whatever reason, did it. That's kind of scary, though. GoPro. Are we good? Look at that. Okay. Well, let's get started on this one, shall we? I need my tool belt. So this is a new F-150. We're doing the front doors in 20, and the windshield we're going to do in 35. Doors are pretty straightforward, but they have that S curve here. But we've done quite a few of these before. We will go over that again. And then, wow, that's just not sticking today now, is it? And then we got to prep the windshield right after we do this. I don't even know if it was somebody actually reporting it, but it's just, it is what it is. It gets frustrating when you really don't know. So as long as it gets like cleared. I'm assuming it'll get corrected. It's just incredibly inconvenient to test something genuinely. I've been trying to do it for a couple months now. Finally get an opportunity to, and then I can't. But I learned a couple things so far. I might have to go buy a couple things. Because, so it live streams to, there's like a workaround that I'm using right now to make it happen. Because I can't tell oh no, we're gonna get stuck. I can't tell my computer to stream to TikTok. It's got to be through the phone. So you kind of have to play by the phone rules. So there's the screen capture option for mobile gaming, and that should be good enough for me to recapture the stream off of a streaming platform. So it's kind of like ninjaing live streaming. Should be fun. But that should be good enough for the time being anyways. But yeah, just kind of annoying. Like, actually super annoying. You have been flagged. Like, what a bummer. Oh no. Now we're gonna get demonetized. Just kidding. Just kidding. A lot of people, a lot of times the algorithm will tell if it correlates to video. But then it gets appealed. Yeah, hopefully that's the case. So we're gonna see. I don't know how long it takes, but suspended. Oh, what a bummer. View details. Wait, April. Oh, I read this wrong. April 21st. So I've been suspended for like a week? Hopefully it gets cleared up before that. At least it was for a short period of time. Short. It's like an eternity. Now I can make a YouTube video saying I was banned on TikTok, and that'll get lots of views, right? TikTok is broken. Yeah, it's always growing pains. You know, YouTube was like that a lot. There's a lot of frustrating things that happen on YouTube. You know, like videos would get flagged for whatever reason. Suspended what? No, I don't think there's any real thing that happened. I think it was just some accidental system, and then there you go. So I have a week to plan out exactly what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to have to bring a tablet in. No. You guys are taking it too seriously. As far as, like, what happened. Like, what did I do to cause it? No, it's just some automatic system, probably. But we'll figure it out. And then we'll completely forget about it, one way or another. Yeah, every... Probably discrimination of some sort. I don't think so. I wouldn't go that extreme. Yeah, but every state law is different regarding window tint, which is really weird. So that's why it's kind of hard to say what you can and can't do. Always check with your local state laws on what you can, what's okay. Michigan is like, as long as you have a doctor's note, you can do supposedly whatever you want. Like, there's no specifics on it. Oh, accidental or not, stuff gets flagged and happened enough. They don't fix it, they'll ban an account. I got suspended from Creator Fund for 6 months, so I got a little sour. Deleted most of my videos. Oh, dang. Yeah, I can see that. You gotta, with all these platforms, you gotta fight through the growing pains. Because they'll eventually get fixed. And then other people will be doing it anyway, so. But that being said, don't put all your eggs in one basket, which is one reason why we're diversifying a little bit. And we have for quite a while. Like, I have the Facebook group. I have the YouTube channel, which is the main thing. But I also have support from, like, the website store. Because it really is that simple. You get an automated flag or something, and then next thing you know, bye-bye. So YouTube's a lot better for creator support now. You can actually talk to people. Not from being just a larger channel, but I think after a certain set amount of subscribers, you have like their text chat thing, and they're on it. They've been really, really helpful. That's how I got memberships. I mean, outrage. We got banned. Pitchforks. Get your pitchforks. You know what's crazy, though? So I posted the same video on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok. As a YouTube short, that video was doing amazing for like the first 5 minutes, and then they like killed it. It was so sad. TikTok, 3.2 million views on that video. Facebook, it's done a lot of shares and maybe like 5,000 or 6,000 views. Kind of shows you just how nuts TikTok is right now. There's always a chance it'll come back on YouTube Shorts, but it's kind of shows you a couple things. Like, platforms are different. They serve things a little different. And what may just run off and die on one platform this over here, because I need some towels. I forgot I left them in the wash yesterday. But what might be dead on one platform is different on a totally another platform. And you kind of have to tailor what you make for the platform that you post it on. So that 2 million in the first 6 hours. When stuff goes like that, it starts to keep up with all the comments and likes and new follows. Yeah, I don't even try. I'll respond to like some of them, but I honestly like watching. I read through a lot of the comments. They were really funny. There's like it was pretty evenly split between, oh my God, he's a genius, and this will never work. And no, it's a dumb idea. Don't do it. But hey, if they can't meter your tint. My favorite ones were if you do a vent visor and you cut the top inch of the film off so they can't put a meter over it, but the visor is totally fine, like you'll never see it with the windows rolled up. That was great. But that was the Ultima. I didn't see a single comment about the mirror missing on the Ultima. But we came in yesterday to remove the film off of that Ultima, and I just had the bright idea to do that video right before we started removing it. Who knew that type of video would, would blow up the way it did? Oh, that's what I love about the platform, though. It's such a punchline platform, so if you have something funny, man, it can do ridiculous shit. Where if I were to make that into like some sort of decent YouTube video, I'd have to stretch it out over like 8 to 10 minutes. And it just wouldn't do the same. Have you tried Expel XR Plus? No. Somebody should be sending it, though. So when I get my hands on it, I'll let you know. I took a nap, woke up to like 1,500 comments and over 5,000 new followers. At that point, just gave up on reading them all. Oh, yeah. Focus on making something else that's good. But that's awesome, man. There's like, yeah, everything. So the most important things for any successful TikTok is you need to be real clear in the first second or pique their interest in the first like half second. And then bonus points if they actually strong, real strong bonus points if they rewatch it. So it's like you kind of stay really interesting in the beginning, and then the best ones I found is if you make something that they kind of go like, wait, what? And then they rewatch it so they understand it or they see it more clearly. It's great. But they're real snappy to make stuff for too, so kind of easier to make than a full video is. So that's another reason why they're winning right now. It's okay. I'll figure it out. I will be ready. Cut through some laminate. Oh yeah, that's another thing. They gave... Oh yeah, iMovie's super basic. Yeah, that was like a huge thing that I'm actually really surprised other platforms haven't done. Making the platform itself a very easy tool to help produce a video. Because for the longest time, I would get stuck. There were things that I wanted to do, but I couldn't clip them all together in some type of an easy way. It was always a hassle. And then, honestly, the feature that I think is the best is the text-to-speech. The text-to-speech feature on TikTok, you can't find... I haven't found a single text-to-speech feature on any other editing program. It's so just easy, and it works. You need to have like something like that. It's real powerful if you can have, basically, you can understand the video with leaving it muted. That's really, really powerful. Because now you have more people that'll watch it. Let me fix this. It is easy. It just comes with a lot of practice and frustration. That always happens. It looks straight. Wah! It looks straight, and then I put it on the glass, and I'm like, that is not straight. You're a wonderful person. I learn something new from you every day. Thank you. I'm going to make periodic checks just to see if we ever have a chance of going live, but I doubt it. No! They do it backwards, too. They do 21-4, 22. So that gets confusing because it makes sense if you're in another country. At least it's not indefinite. That would scare me more. I should change the title of this live stream to Banned on TikTok. Oh yeah, we need a heat gun. Where did we put that? There it is. So we got the windshield prepped, minus the inside. We're gonna do the doors. So you don't really need to snap shrink these. I still do, because I'm weird. But when I go to snap shrink these, I avoid the center. So I do a little bit here. I did. But it's nothing crazy, but I can be like, oh, I got banned. So I do the bottom, and I do the top, just the flat edges. Just a little bit here, a little bit there, but it's really light. You don't need to do much at all, or any, really, but big window like this, I'll still shrink it. Just helps. Canon. TikTok clickbait him. GoPro. Yeah, one day we'll go live on TikTok. But I could tell right from the beginning, just putting the camera here and then walking away from it, it kind of works. It's okay, but it's not ideal. I just want to be able to take this feed and put it on my phone. I don't think enough people would care. I'd maybe get like a handful more people off of like banned on TikTok. It's like, okay, what else is new? Can too much soapy water cause damage? And the door panels. Yeah, but you're typically fine. The more you have to tint something, repeat. Like, you have drain holes. This is something that people that don't work on cars, or it's kind of just a broad statement. Not everybody realizes that there's actual drain holes at the bottom of every door. So these little guys here. So the water, a lot of times, what it's doing is it's on the inside, but it's on the inside of the window. So there's this membrane, like a plastic barrier, from like here. So the outside and the inside of the window goes down on this opposite side of the glass, because even this window seal with your door closed, look at that. You see those holes in there? Your water's still getting on the inside of your door when it's raining, and then it's coming out the bottom. So not a ton, but it's still happening. But that being said, a lot of water in certain spots on particular doors will hitch trails on like various wiring things. So if you had a speaker here and whatnot, I've seen water trail along the, the seal down the wire to a module. So like stuff like that can happen. It's just kind of rare. So if you don't cover up like the outside of the door panel, you're getting lots of water all over, the paneling, the switches and stuff, and you don't want to keep the door panels soaked down. So if you don't cover them up, just make sure you wipe them off frequently as you're tinting them. You know. You know. I'm having a hard time staying focused. I want to because I got in this morning, and then I went to set up that live stream, and I was trying a couple different things, and I realized I wasn't really very prepared for it because it happened last night. I was like, damn. I think I got to bring another tablet in, have a completely separate device. I was actually going to try and make a vertical version layout of the stream, and try and figure out where to stream it to so I could then screen cap it. Best I came up with was Twitch, horizontal. That seems to be really clean. But I couldn't even see what it looked like. All right, so F-150 doors, very big. Very straightforward to do, really. You just want to go wide on, especially the newest model ones. They have such big, wide seals that are real loose. You can cover up all your edges by going an extra half inch or inch on the sides, essentially. Half inch, don't go an inch. But see how much room there is here? There's a lot of room there. Is this carbon or ceramic? This is actually standard. Pro Classic. Not everybody gets it, but we've we've done a lot lately. Awesome. What is lagging behind today, though? There it is.
Jet Black Window Tinting Super Chatted $4.99. Changed my name to Jet Black Window Tinting on here because I want to upload some tinting videos here and there. You inspire me, Matt.
Awesome. Jet Black Window Tinting. What was your name before, though? Thank you so much for the 5. That's super cool. It's been cool. So many more, like it was pointed out this morning, everybody was going live this morning. We're going to see a lot more of that. It's cool. It's Steven Seagal. Oh, what's up, man? Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, I didn't know what your shop name was, so. That's good. Do you tuck below the seal on this one? Yeah, a little bit. Although, I definitely haven't done it on every single one. Some I'll just pull down. Like, I'll pull them down lower, and then sometimes I just forget how far down they have to go. You're honestly fine either way. The older you go on the F-150s, though, the tighter they can be. So it's really like the past, I don't know, I'll just blanket statement, like the past probably like 10, 15 years, totally fine. Past that, it gets a little sketchy, but probably fine. What's your opinion on somebody trying to put a price on your work? Oh, you'll have that all the time. It's fine. It's just, your prices are your prices, and if you want to negotiate or give discounts or something, that's entirely up to you. But yeah, like you can never prevent like hagglers. You can just choose not to do with what they think. Maybe we can set up the boom for a windshield install today. There we go. Yeah, I've actually even seen these tucked without using like a tucking tool too. So there's a couple different ways that you can do these for sure. They just look weird because they have an S-curve, but pretty straightforward. Do these have the danger mirror, or is it a screw? Now they're screw mirrors, so I think, I don't know exactly when they put them on, but yeah, most F-150s and stuff that I get are generally in the past like 4 years or so. They typically have a screw now, which is really nice. Thank you, Ford. What's the difference between the blue and green container for the torch? So the blue and the green, they're both propane. I actually don't know other than the shape. I know the yellow you get into MAP gas, but I'm honestly not sure. Might just be a different tip too. But as far as I know, it's just the size. Have you ever thought about an Insta360 camera or a 360 camera? Yeah, not for anything, like for shop videos maybe, but that's about as far as that goes. I think it's a real cool, like 360 cameras are real interesting, but it helps you get a shot, and that's kind of it. Like it was like a fun thing to play around with for a while, but you can see most people don't use them beyond walking around and then readjusting the angle, but then they're capturing everything, so everything's kind of a little bit of a degraded quality. So they're just like a GoPro. A GoPro to film a regular video is not an ideal camera for it. It doesn't look as good. It'll get the job done, but it's mostly if you're outdoors or you have really good lighting. If you're indoors with like mediocre lighting, GoPro is not a good option. It just happens to be the best camera for the job because it's an action camera, so you get more stability and it's smaller. Because I'd love to put my Canon on my head, but unfortunately it's too big. But yeah, I always pay attention now to, like, after messing around with all these cameras, I pay attention to especially to where they're filmed. Like, all the GoPro videos are filmed outside. Very few are actually filmed indoors because it doesn't look great without very strong lighting. So does it make a good webcam? No, not really. But I don't know. A big priority was trying to get everything to be easy. So that's what I've been focusing on with like my latest setup, which really isn't anything super new. I just streamlined it a little bit more. So I literally got like, you know, you can go all out. You can get an expensive camera. You can get expensive all the things, but you put so much into the equipment and it's fun, but it doesn't help you do any better. It actually makes things more complicated. Oh, that makes sense. Green propane for cooking because it's clean. Yeah, you see it in the camping section. So probably the blue one then would save you money a little bit. I don't know. All I really knew is yellow is MAP gas, blue is propane. MAP gas gets hotter and you can definitely use it. I have blue because it was cheaper at the time, so I don't know. I didn't feel the need to get MAP gas, but I wasn't really taking like torch shrinking seriously either, so still don't. It's one of those like entertaining things that'll like if you put the time into it, it'll speed you up a little bit for sure. It's just kind of marginal though. Sponsored by who? Sun Distributing? I love Helios. Both are great films. Yeah, I get a Sun Distributing sponsor. And I'm really, really happy about them being one because of... Unless it was somebody else you were asking about. No, what was always special about them was like, Rick's a 30-year tinner. And he got, as he started distribution, he was always, he got into lots of tools and stuff. So he's always looking to support new and innovative tools and kind of work with lots of companies. So I always liked them because it was just like he would bring something interesting to the table. I thought you're sponsored by Geo. Yeah, Geo too. But the boxes are on the wall because, well, yeah, they do look nice and it's convenient for me. That's what I was doing in the garage. I didn't have any space, so I wall mounted everything. So in here I've got some more space, but I still like the idea of having all the like ceramic. That honestly should probably be carbon, but dyed carbon. Everything's just there. I can check when rolls are low. It's easy to keep an eye on inventory. Those sweeps come out super easy. Why are you gonna take apart an F-150 though? This is like one of the loosest seals. That's what confuses me. If they're like super easy to pull, a lot of times they're super easy to tint. So on this one, I have no idea why you would pull them. Just pull them out just because we can. It's like, you see that? We should take it apart. It's like, I saw, yeah, I saw a video, and I very much agree with this. I don't take anything apart unless it's absolutely necessary to take it apart, because if you can get the exact same result without taking it apart, why take it apart? But it's like, you see that? Let's do it. I'm pretty much the same. There were like a couple other ones that I pulled, but I'm on par with that. 12 years of tinting, I've only ever had to remove the Lexus IS 250s. Yep, 100%. I'll remove those. It's an utter pain in the ass otherwise. So if it makes sense, do it. If it doesn't, and hey. But if it gives you clean, consistent results and you enjoy doing it, I'm not going to stop you. You just ain't going to tell me to do it. Why not take apart super easy? Because it was super easy to get to this point without taking it apart, so. That's why. If it's super easy to tint, then I especially don't want to spend the time to take out the super easy seal. All right, so we're doing 50 on the windshield. What do we want to do? What do we want to do with Wheelie Boy over here? I spent a lot of time on TikTok this morning trying to set that up. You see how easy this is? We can just like wheel this through. Oh, okay. I like it. I gotta work out an angle on this. Let me figure that out first. What I noticed in the other video was, how high can we go on this? Probably not much higher than that. That's pretty good. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Look at the reach. So what I noticed on the other one, though, was my hand got in the way a lot of the time. So I wonder if coming over to the middle of the hood is going to be a little bit better. But I didn't get that many views anyway, so it doesn't really matter. No, this will be just probably a straightforward video, honestly. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Should probably leave those out. I just don't like that they're in the way. But isn't that easy to set up? That's so easy to set up. All right, 50%. Full windshield. Give it the good toss over, and then watch as it kind of slumps down because it doesn't have anything to grip onto. Push it over as far as we can. Try and tack it up a little bit. Oh, that's pretty straight. Then we gotta make sure we're covered on both sides. Oh, that thing's awesome. Why no dry method? This is the dry method. That's why everything's dry. All right, card from the center. We're doing a 50-50 split. Hop back down, go to the other side. What's the battery? Oh, the battery on that? It's not great, I don't know. I got like 3 extra ones to pop in there. That's the G7X though. It's a very compact point and shoot. Really, really good quality point and shoot, but not quite as nice as the main shooter that I got on my computer sitting over there. This is Apex? No, this is Pro Classic. This is much lower on the totem pole. All right, so how's that look? Let's see. Not bad. I was wondering if this was going to be a good idea or a bad idea. Oh, that creates a rainbow on the film. Maybe let's try that. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. Dang. Polarizer might have been a bad idea. Oh, that's such a bummer. Huh, oh well. I think we're gonna leave it off. I'll have to do a couple tests. Wasn't expecting that one. See, I got a nice flexible ball head here. I can just zoom with an actual zoom. Would that help with a polarizing filter? All right, let's do it. I don't know. All right, we're gonna start with this top corner. All right, so top corners are always gonna be a little trickier than the bottom. because the window kind of tapers upwards where it spreads out a little bit at the bottom. So we're going to do a little bit of pole shrinking on this. But these aren't as bad as the older F-150s, really. So regardless, they'll give you a little bit of trouble if you don't know what you're doing towards the top. But this is where always your film bunches up the most. So pole shrinking it, like you don't even have to do anything with the card really. You just flatten it out where you want to shrink it a little bit, and keep that heat moving. How long does your Wagner last? Generally they last probably about 6 to 8 months. Like they're like $25 heat guns. They're not made for rapid abuse, so if you toss them on the ground, you're gonna have problems. But, you know, set them down nicely, they'll last for a while. There we go, there's that one. See, I let them fall on the floor, but I always do it by the cord. And then we go here. That works. Whoa, why are you unfocused now? That's dumb. There. That's pretty sweet right there. A little farther down. Touchscreen. Manual focus. I would love to. It's too hard to see that little screen from up there to even know if you are quite in focus or not, but you could set it and then switch it. It's too many little steps. It's 50%. There we go. Tic Tac? Oh, I do with the phone. Something like that. I think should be pretty good. Nice. Yeah, I like that. Is this thing working? No, it's not. Dumb. That is the weirdest fucking thing I think I've ever seen. Why? Why walk the focus when it's pointed there, and then lock it, and then stay there? Ugh, that's the worst thing about this camera is its focus. It does contrast focus, it's a bad idea. But it's got better stabilization, which right now we don't really care about, but hey, live and learn. What, there's a tint shop that ripped off Supreme? That lasts until you're too big to get noticed. That's how that works. They just didn't catch anybody's radar. As soon as they did, cease and desist, lawsuit. Oh yeah, 100%. That's how everybody on Twitch was able to stream literal TV shows until they grow to the point where they get noticed and then wait. I mean, it's the same thing with it's the same thing with Mike and Dirty Tools. Look his logo up and then look up Dirty Rims on Amazon. That's only good enough for till people start noticing. All right, this one, let's do. That should be good. We'll see. We'll see if angle's better on this one. Boom. What did I do to organize the tools on the wall so well? 1, thank you. 2, it's pegboard. Pegboard and small hooks. So the actual wall itself is gondola shelving, so it's like commercial grade gondola shelving. That was so generously given to me by Sun Distributing, actually, because they had extra. It came with their building. So I set up a wall and then got some small hooks and hung up all the tools. It was very much inspired by their own tool room, which as soon as I saw it, I was like, you should pull a car in here and tint. And they're like, we can't fit a car in here. I'm like, that's a shame. I want to set that up. Oh yeah, I gotta get the sticker off of here. Doink. Needs to be summer so I can book it up till September. Right? It's been so on and off. I'll get lots of phone calls, and then I'll get no phone calls. I mean, which is kind of nice, as long as I have stuff booked out, which right now I'm very booked out, which is good. But then you always have that little worry there, because eventually that'll run out. But I got a nice buffer. Anytime I have a nice buffer, I'm pretty happy, but it slows down. And then you start eating into that buffer. Do you ever have an off day? Yeah, all the time. Not as much right now, but there were quite a few days I didn't have anything, but I got other stuff to fill my time too, so I take advantage of all of that, which is pretty great. You know, whether it be like, you know, you get so many slow days, especially in the wintertime. That, you know, I remember those days, and then I always book a little bit more in the summertime. But if I have one random off day, I usually just try and embrace it as much as I can. So I'll schedule stuff 6 days a week. Remember when Matt didn't have a trash can? Yeah, and then I bought those nice looking small ones because they were compact, and I haven't wanted. Do you know how expensive stainless steel trash cans are? It's really annoying. It's actually like legit really annoying. Canon. Hang on. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. That seems to be the case with most shops. So what'll happen is it'll get busy, everybody wants it, it'll get slow, it'll get busy, it'll get slow. Tint comes in everywhere I've been. Tint goes in waves with everybody. The nice thing about having multiple accounts was sometimes one account would be busy and another one would be slow, and they all kind of like balance each other out. Every once in a while, stars aligned for everybody, but it was kind of nice. When you're only at one shop, though, you definitely feel the lows a lot more. GoPro. How many days are you telling people not to roll their windows down? This time of year, 4 or 5 days. Now it's warmer, but we were getting the random like 40 to, 45 degree midday. Now it's in the 50s, 50 to like 60 on average, with the occasional like warm day. We finally just got a couple. But that's just like to stay on the safe side. So it's always, this is what I tell people. There's moisture in between the film and the glass. We're just waiting for that to mostly dry out. If you accidentally roll your windows down early, or for whatever, it's not really a big deal. It's just to help with the curing process. It's not like a, I absolutely have to do it type of thing. Like if you roll them down a little early, no worries. Just leave them up for a couple of days. Everything should be fine. If you have any problems, let me know. Looking to do a window tint for airplanes. You know, it's a category I'm not super familiar with. I do know anything installed on an aircraft has to have proper aircraft certifications for that model airplane. So what I learned about with aircraft patents and whatever is a company can go through hundreds of thousands of dollars to get something approved for an aircraft because it's got to go through all the actual like FAA certification testing, but then they own and can charge a royalty for somebody to use that. But beyond that, I'm you know, you could, because I think it's classified as an alteration, so you need special requirements for stuff like that. Airplanes are there's a lot of rigor. That's one reason I didn't continue with aviation mechanics. There's so much with aviation mechanics. Talking about inserts like Jet Shades does. I don't know what Jet Shades does. I just know that if you bolt something onto an airplane, or if it's just like a fit thing there, maybe there's a different law. I don't know enough about it. Sounds cool though. Alright, we're tucking this in as much as we can go. Pinch is a little bit tight in the center, honestly. The sides and the back aren't too bad. How difficult was that rearview mirror to remove? I don't know, it's still on there. It's got the screw though, so I'm guessing it won't take long. Let's see if we can get this side tucked in a little bit better, and then we'll be off to the races. Ooh, that's better. Look at that. This towel's kind of magical. I'm kind of amazed at how you can get this thing to kind of smooth itself out, because the less bunched up areas, the better. Especially on tight dashes, so you can kind of like pull it sideways and it'll lay a lot flatter than a bunch of towels that I've had to deal with. Okay, so mirror. Pull this, and then we gotta go get our T20. Did you see a Kia Telluride broke from stuffing things down there? No, I didn't. Oh, did somebody break the glass? What happened? T20 or the simple little flathead screwdrivers? They're like the perfect size. And then we can probably tape that out of the way. Always a lot of prep in windshields. Yeah, what happened with the Telluride? I need something to stick this to. Wait, can you explain more? They were putting a rope down there, and the dealers know about it, and they were fixing it. But what? What do you mean? The part that I want to, that I'm a little confused on is what, like, the glass broke? I mean, there's some windshields that are super tight at the bottom, and trying to like shove plastic tools and stuff, yeah, you'll get the glass to pop. Saw it happen on a Ferrari. Wasn't tint though, it was something else. So yeah, like there's been some really, really tight ones where I'd be a little concerned with pressing too hard. I just, if it was overly tight, I wouldn't press that hard. But if that's what they did, then guys, like I can imagine the response being like, I don't know, I've been tucking towels for 20 years and I never popped anything. It's like, you're working on cars. Too much pressure on anything will cause it to break. So, just always got to be careful. Always got to be careful. You know. The equalizer tool. I think I've seen it. The only thing that I really need off the equalizer tool is the torque spit for the mirrors. Everything else, like actually that flathead screwdriver, I can use it to pop the Ford mirrors off. And the other style Ford mirror I just leave alone, so. I have not seen a convincing way to take off the other Ford mirrors. I just haven't. I've seen like 0 real breakthroughs on that. I've seen tools that people say work, and then they show one example, and then I get it and I try it, and it just don't work. I recommend the Tyrant. I broke mine on the first one that I did. I had my Explorer. Pop, broke. The tool just broke. I guess I gotta let them know. They like 3D printed them all, so they weren't strong. I just tried it. It's 3D. I have the Tyrant. It's 3D printed, not very strong. Yeah, that was my experience. It might work on a couple of them, and then I just feel like it's gonna snap. My Ford Explorer, first one, it snapped like right away. I did it on stream. I was like, let's try this. This looks super cool. Watched the video, went over, tried it, snap. Used the equalizer tool on the Fusion mirror and broke the mirror. Yep. Because some of them are pinched really tight. I'm sure, like what I saw with, it's like when you have to put something like a thickness in there, right? Like something that puts pressure on the tab and presses real hard down, you're also putting pressure up and it pops the glass. There was one tool for like $400 that I saw that seemed like it would do the job. And then they started putting screws on most of the Ford mirrors. There needs to be like the Ford mirror dude. That's what we need. Like somebody that gets lots of Fords, lots of year ranges, and has like, look, this is an older Ford. Here's the tool, bam, took it off. Here's a newer Ford with the tool, bam, took it off. This one took it off. There isn't enough education in that whole world. It's all just like, yeah, get this tool, it works, I swear. And then I try and look into it more, or I've just been jaded too many times. How long does it take you to finish tinting all around? Depends on how focused I want to be. Couple hours for all the sides and rear. Off stream. If I want to do it at a nice pace, I'll get it done in an hour and a half. Yes, this is the screw mirror. Just don't screw around with the Ford mirrors. I swear, everybody that has at some point goes, well, it happened to me today. And you got to realize, like, you're also dealing with aftermarket glass that you sometimes won't even think about. And that's more susceptible to breaking with the same type of clip at top. So it's fine. Just leave it. Don't touch it. Splice it. Let the client know, like, hey, I got to put a splice in your windshield. Or, if being honest, on most of them, they have the Ford blackout up there that goes all the way up. You can't even see it if you do it right. It isn't until I go all the way back to like some of the early model F250s and stuff, and I just don't see them as much anymore. So I'm not in truck country. But if you do it and you like it, very happy for you. I'm just not going down that road again because it doesn't make sense. It's that whole risk to reward thing. Like popping panels, does it make sense for some? Absolutely. For most, for me, no, doesn't make a difference. So I don't do it. Taking off Ford mirrors, like, who am I trying to impress? The customer. Is he okay with a little splice there? I don't know. I'll ask him. Is it okay? Yes. Okay, cool. Boom. There goes my risk. I don't have to worry about it. It's not my truck. Make this look like a routine, because it is. We've been doing so many windshields for quite a long time. It is my job. But yeah, you do you. My favorite was Rick. He had, again, Sun Distributing Rick. Lots of stories because we tinned together for quite a while. He had this way. He had a 1/4-inch drive socket, or a 1/4-inch drive for a ratchet set. And he's like, this is the perfect size. You tap it in with a hammer, freeze it up just enough, pops out, no problems. And I'm like, that looks like it's gonna break. He's like, I've never broken a windshield with this. He wasn't using it for very long. He did it successfully on a fair amount of windshields, and then all of a sudden, we're on the phone, and he's like, yeah, so I ended up breaking a Ford windshield using that. And I'm like, oh, God. He's like, yeah, I'm not using that anymore. They all come in different shapes and sizes. Other side. Whoa. Why aren't you even turning on? That's goofy. Is it dead? I guess? What? Why are you being dumb? That makes no sense to me. I swear. That's why I got used to live streaming. This isn't going to be close enough. It's not going to be close enough, but that's okay. Camera problems are like some of the weirdest things that I've ever seen in my life. Everything's fine until you go to record something under any type of a timeline, and then you just have battery issues, you have mic issues, you have this issue, you have that issue. Did a Silverado yesterday. Seals were dirty and rocky, but it turned out good. Guy tipped me $20. That's awesome. Did you tape them? There's that. There we go. We didn't tape them. Oh, but they still turn out good, so that's awesome. So, being that this is a little tighter on the bottom, it's definitely more challenging to get this roll in the right place. Once you have the roll exactly where you need to go, everything falls into place really simply, but be careful up to that point. Because it starts to unroll on the headliner, against other spots, starts to grab the towel possibly. So let me pull it a little early, spray the rest of it down. Oh, stay away, handle. better. Then, once it's all kind of glad they finally listened to tinters to put the screw in. I would hear their own techs breaking windshields off of simple repairs. And probably some like stubborn engineers. Okay, at this point, I'm fighting with it too much right now. So I'm gonna take it out. There we go. Just gonna pull it out. So if I ever feel like I'm fighting too much against the towel, you're at the point where you can just remove it. So if you do all your prep work with a towel there, you're soaking up a ton of the water. It's just not that last little bit. But if it's gonna cause you to ruin your entire piece of film, which it kind of felt like it was doing, I'll pull them early. Make sure we're all covered. Hello, sticker. We'll just iron this out. Nice. Very nice. Alright, where's my... There it is. See, we can't even see the dots right now. I'm gonna have to grab a different squeegee. On the sides, it's fine. Down in the center, it's where the paneling kind of pulls up a little bit. Presses right against the glass, or very close. So we'll grab something else for that. Because instead of trying to shove a tool in there, or a side swipe, grab one of these guys. Do each pattern and press the water out. If I do the way you're doing, I rip the tint. Each pattern to press the water out. No, I don't have a good answer for you. Honestly, the best way that you can squeegee out a window is just as even as you possibly can. Imagine like there's a ripple going out from the center. But yeah, yeah, exactly. If it's creasing somewhere, it's sticking. So glass could be warm. There's just this little guy right here I want to take care of. That I know. Oh, where's the thing? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Just right here. Just this little guy right here. Can't even... The small stuff is the worst. When you see something small... You can't see where it is when you pull the film back. In a lot of cases, you just kind of have to guess. Oh, there it is. See? to use the tape trick. No. Here we go. Now it's nice. Yeah, most stickage problems are like a soap thing. So windshields are big, and if it's warm, it'll tack up faster. But I spray the film and the glass right before I go to install it anyways, so it's nice and fresh. And then there's this tack up time as you're rolling it out where a section might grab to the window. So if you're using, like I would have with some older carbon films, I would have this one, it was so frustrating. So with the softer rubbery carbon films, they would roll over on themselves for no good reason. They would pick up one random spot, they would tack, and you'd squeeze the film, and the film would roll on itself and crease. It's the most frustrating problem that I ever had. For no reason. So I always had to smooth out the film and just kind of lead my hand in front of it as I was squeegeeing it out. So I would smooth out stuff and then for the entire windshield. Could be that. I don't know. Circle the spot with a Sharpie. Yeah, that's smart. That would be helpful. I just didn't. I wish you could, like, obviously see the spots, though. That drives me really, really crazy. It's like big spots, easy to see. Little spot, not so much. Where's my sprayer? Because you can just knock out any big spot really, really easily and quickly. But little spots are not so forgiving because they bury themselves in the glue. This is literally pulling, like, they like laser etched a QR code in the bottom, and I think there's still little bits of it literally falling into my film. Here we go. Much better. Alrighty. Let's clean off the outside. Let's see how it all looks. And I think it went pretty okay. $35 on a windshield. I liked it. I liked it a lot, but it stands out a lot too, so keep that in mind. If you want a nice, comfortable windshield, $35 all day long. But it makes your whole front look really, really dark. No, the 3M logos. You know what was funny about those? We would leave those on after we had a bunch of people say, "Can you leave them on?" Sure, we can leave them on. And then we'd leave them on. And we had a bunch of people say, "Can you take them off?" Every time. Some people would like to leave them on because it's like leaving a tag on a hat. They want to impress other people with their window tint on the inside of the car. How are you reaching the whole Ford glass with a squeegee? I don't know. Just stretch. To the right people, it makes sense, but I agree. Some people, they're just that way. I hear 35 is... There we go. Scrub pad, triage. Good. Let's get this all wiped down. What would you charge to peel and retint on a 9.3? That's a Saab, right? Damn. No, the 9.3 is not a bad car to tint. It's just another removal. So it kind of just depends on the state of the film. Is it bubbled back window, or is it not that bad? Lately, I've been charging $250 for removals, but not bad. I just want better film. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Removal for all the sides in the back is $250, and then it'll be $290 to retint it with the standard stuff. If you want to go with something a little bit better, it'll be a little bit more expensive. $350 for carbon, $450 for ceramic. What the fuck is that? I just can't catch a break on this windshield right now. What is that? Oh, that's what that is. Yay! I lucked out. I thought that was like a hair or something. It's not. It's just a little pinched together. We can get that gone. Gotta get the heat gun though. It's like a very compressed spot. $100 an hour for removal. Yeah, I don't blame you for that. To partner with the local police department. Does it look like I do? Why would they care? Why would they care? They just look on the road, and when it's there, it sounds like a pain in the ass to try and go out of your way to find somebody. Yay, I'm glad that spot wasn't anything. There was like I almost thought it was like a hair, but it was like, not a crease, just a spot that was kind of like pushed together. So, warmed it up, pushed the air out. It was sealed up. They recently established the TEA, the Tint Enforcement Agency. What the hell? Kind of weird shit is that? Sounds like some people are too bored. In some states, there are some restrictions where they'll put it on shops to basically have stuff registered in a way. Basically just like identifying marks, pay a registration fee, and then to try and keep it off the road, instead they'll go after the shop instead of the individuals. But as far as individuals go, it's not. There's no sense in keeping a database. Doesn't make any sense. They want things that make them money. So they'll just pull you over when you're going by and pick up some money. Or they'll have you pay a registration fee. There's that. All right, let's make sure all this is touched up. It should be all good to go. Nice. What is it, 12? Seems about right. How'd you find your shop? I went on the internet. There's real estate apps. LoopNet was a good commercial real estate one. Sometimes you can find things on like Marketplace, Craigslist, like at least listings for it, because they're not all super clear. Like there would sometimes be community sites, like where they would have a community, like a website for the building basically, or like the suites that they had there and availability and whatnot. Finding those sites for me was always difficult. But yeah, going on like a real estate app was a little bit easier. Then you can find some options, or you can just drive around a lot. Looking good. All right, this will be way too bright as soon as I pull this outside. How much? My shop is 24. Oh no, we're gonna get demonetized. Shop is 2,400 a month, plus utilities and all that fun stuff. Just didn't want to swipe this on that table. Somebody was trying to charge me 5,000. Yeah, that seems reasonable depending on where you are. Canon. That is Canon. All right, I'm gonna cash them out. I'll be right back. Yeah, I like to stream a lot of this stuff. cool, but it's still nice. I don't have the heat on right now, so I think I'm just going to leave it. I'm like embracing the smidge of nicer weather that we have right now. It's not like a little nicer weather. It's much nicer than it has been. But it's just like sunny. It's nice and sunny. You hear birds now. When we get to April, that's when we're so over winter. Because even March is like, oh, it's starting to get warmer, but then it's like gray and cloudy and then plenty of cold days. Right now it's so much better. Do you still remember anything from aviation? I remember all the shit that we'd have to write down. Everything was a procedure, and rightly so, but when you're in high school, aviation mechanics sounds really fun, and then you go to aviation mechanics school, and everything is procedures and paperwork, and like, yeah, you might be out, like if you're living in Michigan, wintertime, 6 months out of the year, and then you're going outside to fix an aircraft on the runway. Like, no thanks. That sounds really cold. Is that where you keep your trainees in the baby playpen? Yeah, that's timeout. Do you like Chinese food? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's this good place called Hoa around here that we usually run to. They give you like a crap ton of food too, but it's good. Their pork, we usually get like sweet and sour chicken, which is what a lot of people get, and pork egg foo young. My family, we would always go like on Sundays. We would have big. Every once in a while, we'd go for big sit down there. Back when you could sit down. How far from Roseville? Oh, Roseville's not all that far. Probably like 20, 25 minutes. I used to tint at, let's see, Soundwaves and, no. Soundwaves was Clinton Township. Wow Electronics over there on like Gratiot or Groesbeck. And then there's also Cartoons, Roseville too, on the same road. Thai food is better. Yeah, they all have their like different time, right? Sometimes you want a little sweeter, so we go for Chinese food. Thai food, pad pad is like one of my favorite things. Anything with like a curry coconut type sauce to it is really, really good. Pad pad is one of my favorite ones though. I'll be in Roseville 2 months from today. Maybe I'll try. Yeah, call the shop. Let me know. You can swing by. Have you ever tinted the plane? No. No, and it sounds cool. Like, so if you could do like the little circle windows, you could charge a bunch and just do those. But there's also like big bubbly cockpit windows. A lot of those are like an acrylic though. So you'd have to put something over it to even do it. They're not just glass. Oh, but somebody was asking about 1200. We were talking about shops. So this place I rushed into, but I'm really happy with how everything is right now. So I definitely don't regret it. This was more space than I was looking to get, but now that we're doing classes, it's so perfect for it because we have like a giant upfront room to like hang out in, and then obviously plenty of space for cars here, and then pull in an extra car or two. That's awesome. Really, really like this space for that. But this space was a little bit cheaper at $2,400 a month. It's 3,300 square feet, so I get a lot of space here. Yellow curry for the win. Vietnamese spring rolls recipe. Oh, yeah, the spring rolls are great. I like spring rolls a lot better than the egg rolls, honestly. But we've had spring rolls from quite a few different places, and there's one place right by us that is really, really good, and from anywhere else, they're not good. Same thing with sushi. We're big sushi fans. We've been to like so many sushi places around here. There's one near us that has been the best, but where we used to live, they're about like 30, 35 minutes away now. So we don't go as often. They had the best sushi. They're so good. Like everything you got from them was amazing. Totally worth going out there. But I found a performance beach shop that is huge and just asked if I want to rent out one of the bays. They said, just asked if they want to rent out one of the bays. Said sure, $1,200 a month, and I get to poach some of their customers. Nice. Oh, that sounds really cool. Should look into renting out some space for detail, guys. Old boss made good money off of that, $150 to $250 per day. Nice. I'm not going to do that here. I've been asked quite a few times, people looking for space now that I have this one. Oh, you got extra space? Can I like rent it from you? No. So for a lot of guys, that's totally fine. For me, having detailing and shit going on while I'm tinting cars on stream and whatnot, no, we wouldn't get along. It doesn't make sense. I wonder if I ever got unbanned yet. Probably not. It's probably way too soon. God, what a bummer. Yeah, like, people associate detail with clean. Detail's loud and messy. Yep, loud vacuums, air compressors, drills, and all that shit. You just, like, extractors. It's just nonstop loud noises all day. Plus you have no floor drains. So that if you wash a car there, all the water's, like, there's a low spot along that back wall, basically, like a river area right along all the way back behind this wall. No, I tried to go live on TikTok and I was fine for a little bit. I stopped the stream to restart it, and then it says I've been suspended for a week. Like it was like a 3 or 4 minute test, so I have no idea what happened. But it's really annoying right now because I was gonna do something. Now I gotta wait. The tint shop I work at does that, detail and tint. It's annoying. Yeah, I've tinted at a lot of detail shops. You can get along real well at those places because, I mean, tint is one of those services that can kind of work with a lot of other companies. You know, audio accessories, car accessories, window tint. Detailing, window tint. Glass shops, window tint. Ever plan on doing car alarms and audio? No, that is a dead business. Just live. Looks like I can still post. Actually, I haven't even tried, but it looks like the live is. I don't even know. Some automated system. Like, I didn't even say or do anything. I was just said I had to, like, set it up. So with mobile gaming, I'm not even going to get into it. It's just frustrating. I just got some Glass 8 tape, and I 100% recommend. Thank you. I appreciate it. Glad you like it. That was an interesting product to get up off the ground. Shadow band. No. You know what? I think people just make shitty videos and then they think they're shadow banned. Could be wrong, but I hear that too much. I hear that too much on YouTube. I hear that too much everywhere. Everybody's like, oh, my views went down. I must be shadow banned. Could it happen? Sure. Does it to most people? I don't know. I think it's just algorithms pick up channels in certain ways, and when you make good shit, they serve it to more people. So the more you make good shit, the more people that shit gets served to. When you make stuff that just isn't in line with their platform, it doesn't get served as much. So much is so automated. Best tip for not creasing the sides of the tint when you don't bottom load. So where you fold the film to slide it in the sides, you're not really pressing hard and like doing like a hard fold on it. You're just like curving the film up and tucking it in the sides. There may be a slight little bend there and something that you have to heat up and lay it back down, but it's not a big deal. Can you show your waiting area / office? I don't have an office, actually. I have a closet with a bunch of shit thrown in it, but I can show you the waiting area, yeah. I gotta get up. All right, let's make it a trip then. Ugh, I just sat down. I'm a streamer now. I get to sit in a chair and do nothing. See, then I gotta do this. But we'll make a coffee trip out of it, so it's worth it. You got lucky. Top 3 favorite Squeegees. The hybrid, the flat out, and Blue Max. Sorry. So, here, let's set this up first. So you still got water? Still got water. Okay, cool. So I tweaked some settings on this GoPro so it doesn't really show outdoors very well. It's all blown out. I get $2 for standing up? Okay, well that's fine. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do that cup. I want to do this one. Silly me. Oh wait, no, we've gone too far. We've already poured creamer in it. Let's just leave it. I don't know why I took my cup up there and then did that. So this is the big old waiting area, and I love this space because it's just wide open.
New View Tint super chatted $1.99. This is for making you get up LMFAO.
Thank you for the 2. I appreciate that. So the biggest difference that you can do to any space, because this had ugly brown carpet that was worn out. It had dingy green walls that trim was all sprayed white. So it wasn't even all maps. Like, it was real rough. It did have that one dark accent wall. So it is super nice and very simple. So the biggest things that we did was we painted everything but that accent wall white. We changed the lights to daylight bulbs, and then we changed out the plastic covers, which were all dingy yellow. So nice white lighting in here, and then we redid the floors. And it's actually super easy. I'll show you how shit some of the areas are. So you see these rugs right here? Let me show you. Watch this. You see that? We didn't even get to the edge. We just covered it up, and it's been fun. And oh my God, I got ants. Well, I'll have to spray those then. So I guess it was worth a trip. See? And you just cover this back up, but people need something to wipe their feet on anyways. We were going to finish that, but then we just left it like this for now. So that's fine. So floors were really simple. It's called a floating vinyl plank flooring. No, it wasn't vinyl plank. What was it? Laminate. Laminate's the cheapest flooring that you can get. So they all snap together, and it rests on what is called a layment. I learned all this from YouTube, and then I did it. So really, really simple. It all snaps together. Takes time to like cut the sides, but that's pretty much all you have to do, and then it all. So, all in all, I think it was about maybe like $1,000 to do the floor. What was it? Like $800, I think, for the floor, because it's like 500 square feet of flooring. So it was like $1 a square. That was the cheapest we found the flooring in this color for. Was like $1 a square foot, and then you got to get extra tools and like the layment and stuff. So. Underlayment, that. Yes. As for this, I probably spent a couple $100 on hexagons. So very streamer inspired. All they are acoustic panels, and I just arranged them this way. And then, because I had the boards just sitting here, and I'm like, that looks dumb. So then I went on the internets, and I just kept looking up different options until I found something that was really simple to do within my wheelhouse and looks pretty good. So then I took RGB lights, and I'll show you here. So these are individually controlled ones too. Let me see. I had them set to something, and then my son came in here and started pressing buttons. So there's like a couple things. Oh, there you go. So, you can arrange these in different patterns, but let's just get a color that's not too obnoxious. So then I just kind of weaved it on the outside, and then it falls short in a couple spots, but overall it looks really good. And then I put up my YouTube plaque too. But I have strips, and I forgot them twice. I have an extra strip that I have to put up here. But I did the same thing here. Super!
RGC Super Chatted $4.99. Where the TV, my man?
Where the TV? So the TV's right there, and it's off right now. But I hung up a big TV here. I've got my heat lamp demo right here that I have to wire back up because I did my TikTok video and I've never set it back up properly. So I have to plug it back in to turn it on. And then, yeah, just the same brown couch, tables, and whatnot that I've had for a long time. Just threw them in here. And because I changed the floor, the walls and the lighting, it all looks really nice. So this is a back closet area. It stretches from here all the way to there. It's kind of garbage right now. So, and then this is where the furnace is. So, furnace / AC stuff. And that's it. It's just a big hangout area. That's why I like it. Like, I could put probably like a counter somewhere in here. And then maybe like this area would be good to keep as a counter area, but I honestly like haven't felt like I really needed one because it's very individualized appointments. People come in here. We have a lot of space to kind of walk around, talk about talk about like the shades and stuff, figure out what they want, and then we go walk outside, we look at their vehicle. Arcade game. Oh. I've got like a little thing on the table, but yeah, I don't have anything else in here. Make that into a bathroom. Dude, I'm not made of money. Bathroom's all the way over there. There's no drains here, so you're talking about like drain, plumbing, like all sorts of expensive shit. Anything commercial gets real expensive. Just like multiply the cost by 3. Whatever it costs at home costs you 3 times to do it commercially. Canon. Popcorn machine and pinball. So a pinball machine would be fun, sure, because it's one of those casual things that keep you distracted that you would want to play for a while. Popcorn machine is just, no. Yes, and welcome to the studio. We just made fresh popcorn. It's 10 a.m. Would you like some? I'm sure some people will take it, but it's kind of overkill. No. Popcorn does get everywhere. What does the outside look like? Let me take this out. Do I want to do this? It encourages lingerers. Yeah, it's not a big deal though, because once their car is done, like then they're out of here, so they're not going to hang around and play pinball for a while. It's not like a fast food place. But it's comfy for the people that want to wait, and then most people end up dropping off anyways. So what I like about it the most is, I'll show you the outside. That's not what I like the most. It's scary out there. But when you walk in here, it's like, oh, wait, this is actually nicer than I thought it would be. Where it went from being kind of scary. I gotta change the GoPro setting to do that though, because ISO. Did I set a max ISO 6400? Is that how I do this? White balance, shutter. Oh, it must have been because I set a max ISO. And I wouldn't mind. Like, if they want to hang around for a little bit afterwards and play pinball, like, it's not that big of a deal. But I don't think they're going to stand here after their car takes 2 to 3 hours and then play pinball. So, yeah, the GoPro has settings that I can tweak because it's plugged into an HDMI thing. So I tinker with all the like brightness settings and whatnot. So let me see. I might be able to walk outside with it. I won't know until I get all the way over there. The mic has limited range too, but... Does it adjust? Is it going? No, it's not. It's still all blown out. Why is it all blown out? I gotta figure out what I changed. Canon. I gotta figure out what I changed. I forgot. That's 5 head right there. The detail shop next door has a $30,000 racing simulator, so I just send waiters over there. See, that's awesome. It's like, and it's next door, so it's like, yeah, if you just go wait over there. The green stools? They're fine. I can't give you, like, for $50, it's hard to beat. They're lighter. They're not the comfiest things in the world, and I've seen some pictures of like the plastic because it's like a stiff, plasticky green. So in the future, it's probably gonna crack, but for now they're great. I couldn't find anything else. I didn't want to go with like the red stools with like the wide bases on them. I'm tired of those things. 1080p 60. Maybe it's the shutter speed. I would have thought it'd be ISO, but I can't put it. You can set a range. I forgot what I changed that, like, and I only have one profile. Upholstery class or school, replace the foam and vinyl with Alcantara. Hey, that's a pretty cool idea. Yeah, you can't set aperture on this thing. You can set the ISO, which I thought it had an auto mode, or you can set something else, whatever I just set to automatic. I forget. This might have fixed it though. Well, no. Looks like I think it's shutter speed. I think that might be how it compensates for some of this shit. If it goes way down, oh, there we go. Yep. So that's the class car. Look at that. We can see outside now. The microphone's probably gonna cut out some. Full disclosure, so that's outside. And then my spots. And then you're in the front again. So I didn't forget to take the mic. Canon. No, I didn't forget to take the mic. The mic cuts out after it gets too far away. Timing. The actual transmitter died. All right, we'll walk outside. So the mic doesn't reach that far. Let me set this back up. We gotta run through it again. So it's around the back of the building, and it's around the quiet part of the back of the building, which I really like. So it's very quiet back here. I need to do something about the door and the window and make it slightly more appealing for people that actually have appointments, because it's honestly still scary. But guess what? You don't really need to. Okay, so we'll poke our head right outside the door again. So there's a door here, and there's a door there. It is the shutter speed. Okay, I'll have to remember that. So out here, then it's nice and closed off back here. I get the dumpsters right there, so it's really easy for me to throw things away. Thankfully, they stopped throwing shit in my parking spots because there was stuff here, here, and here. Now they're piling it all up right there. Dumbasses. It's just... I have my little magnetic sign on the door. The numbers are starting to fall off, and oh yeah, not that one. Canon. Yeah, I need to have Carrie do something. I just haven't. I gotta measure it, and I kept forgetting to take measurements. You forgot to walk to the other side? This is the whole thing. Front of the building? No. I don't have a front door. That is the entry. So we're around the back back of the building. So I've got that door, and that's it. But I like it that way. How much money do you have in your entire setup? A lot. I don't even know where to begin with it. I did a video on just the headset. The headset stuff is like probably 1,600. 1,600 to like, no, probably about that. Oh, wait, no, I see what that comment is. Like 10 to 15, probably. Because this camera right here, the body wasn't very expensive. It was like $400 or $500. $400 or $500 for the body, and then like $650 for the lens. And then it's just all the extra stuff that you put in here, right? Film, tools, and then we have like, this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite things that I ever bought, but I didn't really put it to use. I don't know why. I should have brought it here a long time ago. But I took a camera jib and I put it on some wheels. And then, so it's really easy to get a nice angle and just move everything around. But I haven't used it in quite a while. The lens is a Sigma. It's not Leica money. I'm trying to build a gaming setup for streaming, and everything is top dollar in that world. To be honest, like, people go overkill on their setups and be entertaining. It's so hard to stand out in gaming. Anytime a market gets saturated, it's hard to make a name in there. So best thing that you can do is, I mean, in gaming, it's even hard to give advice, but having all the pretty stuff and the nice mic and stuff, it like, maybe like adds 10 to 15% to your total thing. Honestly, it's all about the content. This is cool, but I honestly, I could do 100% off of just the GoPro. Do the exact same thing off of just the GoPro. Don't scratch a car with it. Yeah. Definitely have to be careful with it. But it doesn't have a very wide footprint. And then I don't know how tall it gets. I think maybe a little bit higher than that. But that is awesome. So it went all the way to the top, like over the F-150, and then it's got the arm that can go straight over the hood for the windshield. So I'm gonna look over the footage from that. Oh, let me show you this too. I'm going backwards. Okay. This is awesome. This is... Okay. This is something really simple and stupid, but when you have made videos for a long time, you can get so into the weeds with having all these things and possibilities that you stop making things because the setup gets too complicated. So this is a simple point and shoot camera. So I don't have to change lenses, it's just real easy to set up. It's on a quick disconnect plate, so I can just take it off, pop it back in. It's on a ball mount. Whoa. And then take it back up. Boom. You can raise, you can lower.
Jose78 Rios super chatted $9.99. What's up? I see you finished today. I like your tripod.
Thank you. Jose, thank you for the 10. Yeah, this thing was a lot of fun. I got a remote hanging off of it too. That stays with it so I don't lose it. And then this is entirely for me. So I put it on a cage because what's super annoying is this camera, your tripods get in the way of the battery door. The battery door and the SD card slot. So I put a cage on it, so now I can just leave that on and pull out the SD card anytime I want, which is extra awesome because then I got a little iPhone adapter and I plug it in here, and then I just boop it into my phone, and then I can just edit my videos on my phone now. I'm going way simpler because all the extra stuff, it don't matter. It don't matter. How much was the boom thing? It's a camera jib. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't. Pro AM. I just Google them now. I think I got it on a deal before. But camera jibs are pretty sweet. So now I can take my footage, files, SD card. See, where before I was fumbling around trying to find, like, going from that camera to my computer to my phone, obnoxious. Super obnoxious. Just get a stupid little adapter. Put it on my phone. Select all the things. Select. So that would be this one, all the long ones. Yep, that's that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Yeah, and how do I save it? Can I DM you on Instagram and pick your brain about some streaming stuff? If you can ask it here, I'm just not gonna have the time. Otherwise, I can get into the weeds with it all, but it's easier just on here right now. Because trying to type all this shit out is ridiculous for me. Wi-Fi SD card? No. No, Wi-Fi sucks. I've never tried a Wi-Fi SD card. But if it was fast, I'd be interested in doing it. But if I gotta wait like an hour because I gotta connect to the network and then wait for it to download and it's just real slow data transfer speeds, then like the Windshield is 3.5 gigs. It's just probably faster over just popping it out now and then boop it in. There you go. Is it saving? It's the only thing I don't know. Oh, I think it is. So I'm just going to play around with this until I find some nice angles, and then we'll just record stuff more. Like, I've posted a couple of videos in the past few days. If I can record something while I'm streaming, oh yeah. Oh yeah. It doesn't tell me that it's transferring, though. That's kind of concerning, because then you don't know when I can take out the SD card. 1080p or 4K. I'm still doing 1080p. Doesn't really matter a whole lot. YouTube downgrades streaming so much. Like, they are focused on speed, So most stuff gets streamed to you at like 480 to like 1080 if you are sitting at a computer. Most people are on their phones. That shit is 480. So I've just been doing 1080, and as long as you're not punching too hard into your footage, everything's pretty usable. 4K is nice for a little bit more sharpness, and when you want to zoom into the footage a little bit more. But I just try and set up a good angle for it. Oh, dang. That looks... See, on the camera with the little screen, I've set it up, and then it's like, I think it looks okay. And then I look at it on my phone, so much better. So we'll see what I got from here. Sometimes I have better footage than I think. Ooh, that is nice. My arm does not get in the way at all. Ooh, buddy. But we've done like 3 shrinking videos lately. Do we need another one? That is so good, though. Those angles are exactly what I was looking for. Okay. Yep, I'm very happy. That was sweet. That was so easy to do, too. Don't go into the bright light behind you. I usually downgrade live stream viewing to 480p because the 3-hour stream is many gigabyte. Yeah, but if you're uploading it, having at least 1080 as like the main option, I think helps. But I don't think it really needs to go above that. I've upscaled some of my videos too. So I've recorded them in 1080 and then upscaled them to 4K just so YouTube thinks that it's 4K. I don't think that really does much anymore, but I think it used to. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep things simple. So this comes back out, stays over here. SD card goes back into the camera. And then I have the batteries charging, so everything is just a real quick, simple, painless process now. And I can edit it all on my phone. I don't think fancy transitions, much of that really matters. I think people want to see you kind of get to the point. And there's certain things that you can do to kind of help a video along. But just get into it. This is... Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you? Yeah, this is Matt. What's up? Okay. Business funding. It's just, no, I'm good. That was a long beginning. My PC, oh wait, just got my spray tank. Any tips for the noob? Oh, spray tanks are real straightforward. So fill it up with like 3/4 water. So leave an air gap at the top, and that'll keep pressure through the entire use of the tank. For a 3-gallon tank, I use a little bit heavy on the soap. I got about like 3 ounces of baby shampoo and about 1/4 of Dawn. And yeah, shake it up, then pressurize it, and you'll be good to go. Really, really straightforward. So you can use about, I don't know, anywhere from like 70 to 100 PSI. Hello, can I speak to the business owner? Yeah, no. Pretty much. My PC video card is old and freaks out at 4K, so I don't even bother with higher than 1080. Yeah, it honestly doesn't really matter. Because most people watch on their phones. I'm definitely overdoing it with Slimp. I got like 6 ounces in my tank. That's definitely quite a bit. If you like it, I mean, try a little bit less. But if it's like way slidey and just like overly soapy, yeah, it's a little much. But I think I use a fair amount of soap in mine. And the type of film that you use really matters too. Yeah, like even with live streaming, the platforms honestly suggest like 5,000 up. So it's just like, I don't know, 1080 is usually the max most of these places can even handle. Twitch, I think, is a little bit more robust, but people keep, I think it was the same person calling over and over again. I don't know, I kept saying unknown. So I'm good. If it's important, they can leave a message. But yeah, business calls get really annoying. Have you done any RVs? Long time ago. RVs are pretty good money, and they're just a lot of work. So set aside like a good part of a day to do them all. But yeah, sometimes there can be a lot of stuff in the way too. Curtains, dressers, and like weird shit because of how compact everything has to be in an RV. But yeah, RVs are cool. I got a 2.6 spray. I'm going to use it for the first time today. Super excited. They're fun. I want a keg so badly, but I've just so used to a bottle. I don't know if I'll like it for the money. The, yeah, because it's not really something you can just like pick up and try out and then send it back. I mean, I'm coming from the pump sprayers, so pressurize it and then psh, and just doing that a whole bunch. Those made way more sense. As for the spray bottles, like there have been some people that I've heard like using the kegs that then try a trigger sprayer and they just for whatever reason they'd like a trigger sprayer too. Me, I hate the constant like trigger motion all day long. Like starts to tweak my hand out a little bit. So pressure on demand, and it's a lot more flexible. I bought it so my arms don't get as tired. That way I see it as an investment for my body to get less beat. Hell yeah, for sure. Like the trigger sprayers is like, you know, detailers and everybody else like you're like there's so much area on some windows that like for door windows it's not a big deal, but when you get into back windows and bigger windshields especially, it's a lot of that, and it's just spray it really quick and just move on. So that's why I like the kegs, but there are definitely a little bit of personal preferences, but most people that get a keg love them. Me and my 8-month-old Babel watching you. Now he's talking to the phone while you're talking. Nice. How often do you refill your keg? Usually every other day. Depends on how much is left and how long it's been sitting. So I don't like it to sit more than an extra day. They want to help you fund your business so you can get more window film. Small business loans. Yeah, I've been offered those a bunch. I mean, they can definitely be helpful if there's something that you're like, this will help me bring in more money, or I need to get these supplies, and then I can, you can easily translate it to not just, oh yeah, I'll get this business loan and then dress up my showroom and then still have the same amount of money or same amount of traffic walking in. It can be scary. I always like to save up for stuff and then get them. Can you tell a story of why you needed to get into a shop? Yeah, I'm gonna hop off here pretty soon, but so I wanted to continue with the video and all this fun stuff, so I wasn't able to do all that at other shops. I mean, just, it's so quiet. There's like nothing right now. There's honestly just bird sounds in the background a little bit right now. So working with any other shop, it's a garage. There's crap everywhere. They have a bunch of stuff that they need to do, and to have like 5 minutes to sit down and try and set something up is damn near impossible. So video, live streaming, it just didn't make any sense. So I saved up a little bit, and then we moved to a house, and I had like a full-size garage at the house, or a 2-car garage at the house, and I'm just like, screw it. I'm just going to try and get things going out of there, and I would love to just continue to tint from home. But then somebody called the city, and the city didn't like it, so we got a notice, and then I called the city, and as far as I knew, everything was okay. We continued to do it for a little while, and then somebody complained again, and it was just too much of a headache, apparently, even though everything was all contained. But what I'm doing is very different from just like tinting cars out of the garage. Like, I'm broadcasting it. So it's very much like a full professional looking business doing that. So that was, you can't really like pretend that you're not doing it from home, right? Especially when you're streaming it. As soon as they see like the business, the channel, everything, it's just kind of game over at that. So I had to jump into a commercial space really, really quickly to keep any type of like momentum going, because things were going really well. So then I jumped into this place, and just while I was working on it, I was just continuing. This place was plenty set up enough. Any birds sneak in yet? Oh, shit. No, they haven't. I didn't even think about that, but if that happens, yikes. That would be really annoying. Hopefully never. People just mad because they quit on their dreams. That could be it. We're not even sure who, but it's a broadcasted thing, so it could have been really anybody. But yeah, so I moved into a commercial space because zoning is a thing, and this place is $2,400 a month. Was definitely bigger. The whole wide open warehouse setup was kind of like my least liked options, because like when you have walls on both sides, you can dress those up, you can make it look very nice, and it's pretty simple to keep organized. When you have just big open warehouse space, then you have to like shelving, organization. It's a little bit more chaotic because it's so wide open and blank. The home garage was really nice because it was like I had nice clean walls on both sides. Everything was like you could keep it all dressed up nice and neat. This is a little bit harder to keep organized. And then like it's expensive to dress up. It's just all that space back there, I don't even know. It's just expensive. Yep. Imagine having a property, then building a garage on the side, tinting from home. Dreams. Yep. Would love to do that. And I think you can dress it up in such a nice way, too. Like, imagine a bigger house with a nice, like, entryway. You could have, like, a gated front, too. It could be a whole thing. Super, super nice. I wouldn't like people knowing where I live, though. That's a bit sketch. Yeah, you know, I hear that. Most people don't care. So, I don't know. It's just, when I was doing it, it's just, I was streaming and it was drop-offs only, and, you know, just make it real easy, and people are very respectful of it. Nobody's just, like, pulling into your driveway, knocking on your door, asking for window tint. I think that would be, like, a very, very edge case, once in a long while situation. But you're not building up those types of clients either. But I can definitely respect it, keeping, like, your work and home separate. I keep getting fingers when tinting rear windshield. What can I do? You're not shrinking it enough. You have to shrink it more. If you could go back and do something different with your business, what would it be, if anything? Start sooner. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I overthink everything. Just get started. Like, it's so easy to overplan everything that you're doing, and most of it doesn't matter. This goes with so many things. Just do it. Because you can't get the time back. Like, when I moved into this place, the showroom area didn't look good for a year. But my priority was, like, what are people actually going to see most of the time? They're going to see back here. So I had a car, got it in here, we're doing a live stream. So my priority was really, like, I still had some of this flooring. It was much smaller. And then just kind of see what fits as we go. Like, it was a nice big open space. So we just cleaned it up as best we could and just got started. And then I like did a couple cars, and then I was adding lighting, and then I figured out this whole diffuser. Like, I built it as I went. And the more you get it built up, when people walk in your door, they go like, wow, this is really nice. But it's not the most important thing in the very beginning, I don't think. It's helpful, but it's not as important as what you might think it is. Because, I mean, I can't tell you how many dirty fucking garage shops are out there still doing plenty of tint work. Most of it's just referrals. How had adding a third line of film help your business? Because people generally shoot for the middle. It's not all the time, so it's kind of the types of people that you're attracting, and where their budgets kind of lie, and then having that good, better, best option. So your middle option is usually your best value. So your mid-grade, like, that's where carbon is really nice, because you get 50% heat rejection, where with the color stable, you don't get heat rejection. Ceramic, you get a lot more, but you still get 50% shooting in the middle. So it's more budget friendly. It has pieces of both. But you always have that high-end one for people that are just like, yeah, I just want ceramic. Does different levels of tint affect the cost? Yes. Yeah, that's like the main thing here. So you can go in any of the shades that we have, 5, 20, 35, and 50. We have that available in all the films. We have a few more shades available in the carbon, but that's just because they have a couple more films. And then carbon is the best value prop here. 3 tint options are great. Usually your first and second options aren't that much per roll, but you can charge significantly more. So many businesses do that. Do you watch other tint streamers? Oh yeah, and I helped a bunch of them. So like Haas with his crazy setup. What was that? Sorry. Kevin Rogers too. I keep forgetting his shop name. I'm so sorry. But we had a little discussion group about the headsets and stuff like that, and they were trying to do the way that I started doing, which works, but they would run into so many problems, and that's why I do things the way I do now. What's an average price I should expect? So prices are gonna vary all over the place. I don't think going under $250 for all the sides and the rear is, it starts getting sketchy, like a couple $100 for all the sides and the rear. You might get a good tint job, but that's where you get into pretty sketchy territory. So like here I'm $290 for all the sides and the rear starting, $350 for carbon, $450 for ceramic, and then add like $130 for a windshield, $130, $160, $200. How much should I charge for ceramic 2-doors? I'm at $180. I think $180 is pretty solid. Some people say they're all the way up at $250. I mean, if I'm tossing around $250 for front doors, I think I need to attract a different client base, honestly, because most of them are kind of like, but $200 is like, all right, yeah, it's worth it. Let's go for it. But I do more just regular matches or carbon. I don't do a ton of ceramic on front doors. I wish WTW posted more, but you're my fave tinter on here. Thanks, man. So with all of these people, it's, I mean, everybody's trying to run a business and fit content in on the side. And honestly, you're always going to run into problems doing that because what makes money is the business, not the content as much. Not unless you figure out a better way of structuring your content to be very supportive of your business, and then you can give it time. Trying to book up your schedule like a tint shop and then do content, you get all fired up to do it at first, it'll taper off very quickly because it doesn't pay for itself. Not unless it's set up a certain way. But I could stop doing this and focus more on tinting and then just make more tinting money. What tint do you use for 290? Pro Classic. It's a color stable dyed film. There's so much that goes into just prepping and getting the car in, scheduling the appointment, setting it up, that the jump up into carbon isn't as significant of a cost anymore. It's so much just into the basic stuff. So it's a little bit more backwards, really, but I wanted I was spending so much time on just the sides and the back that I needed to try and get a certain amount just to like, okay, if I'm gonna commit 3 hours to doing this car, then I need to have it make sense. Had Apex film fail on my personal, easiest tint ever removed. How did it fail? That sounds really quick. Like even for cheap film, like 6 months. Apex hasn't been out very long. I'm curious, what happened? I started my business from my garage when the Bat came to play in the States. Then you turn invisible and go into the light behind you. People love going to business with people that are passionate about their work. Yeah. So you'll start to, okay, how do I say this? So you'll be really into it and passionate about like making videos and doing that type of stuff. And then you'll kind of, that'll settle in, and then you can feel how much effort it takes to keep doing that type of stuff, and it's got to just make sense. It's got to pay for itself. So if you're gonna like hire a full-time videographer / editor, you know, you at the end of the month, you look at, I'm paying this person this much money for the month. That salary has to make sense, and usually most people look at it like, what they have to do needs to have like a 2 to 3 time return on what they're actually doing, or else it just doesn't make as much sense. But spending money to grow your brand is another like kind of like something that I don't think everybody really thinks of when they're actually paying that person to do it, because it's not as tangible. I can't put out a video and know exactly how many people came to my shop out of it. I can just put a lot of stuff out there. And as long as I can stomach paying somebody to do that much every month, then you just have to try and like focus on doing your thing and let them do what they do. But I think one of the biggest problems that most people run into with the whole content work thing is they look at like the ad revenue or just the general views that are coming in, and you can put so much effort into a video and it just doesn't pay off. It's so sad. It really is. You can put a lot of work into a video, doesn't matter. That's not what people care about. Only a small subset of people actually care. Do you think 20 all around is easy to see in? No, not really. You see like silhouettes when you look straight through. So all trucks and SUVs, well, most trucks and SUVs have 20% on the rear section. So while you're walking around just in public, all the cars you see driving around, trucks, SUVs, that's 20%. It's a good way to gauge if you like 20 or not, or want to go a little lighter, a little darker. So I'm doing it from a garage. Can I charge less, or should I still charge as much if I had an actual shop? I can't tell you what you should charge, but when you charge less, you attract a cheaper clientele that's going to be more of a pain in the ass. So, I mean, you don't have as much of an overhead, but there's no reason that you need to charge less because you tint from home. You're just not going to get as many customers there. You can run a very nice place from home, and that's what I was doing when I was from home. I was charging as much as I would be in a shop because it's just, when you're charging really cheap, you're attracting these people. When you charge a little more, now there's little overlap here. You're charging mid. When you're charging just high end, you're getting this 1% up here. Yeah, there's no reason you have to charge less. Found never to charge less, but get your price in mind. Tell the customers usually it's temporary. What? Put it this way, when we get old, the kids and grandchildren can see you that you were hustling and tinting. Oh, I must have missed something. My tint is darker than my sun strip. That's weird. All right, we got to shout out some super chats. It is a nice day today. For some reason, so I scheduled this one like a little while ago, 2 fronts and a windshield. I totally thought it was a full Explorer. So my schedule is just weird today. And now I don't know when my Explorer is coming in. But in my head, it's been an Explorer for like the past 5 days. Alrighty, so big shout out to some super duper people. Jose, RGC, New View Tints, and Jet Black Window Tinting. Thank you so much for the support today. I really, really appreciate it. That's very, very nice. Do you know why some tint is dark from the inside, some ain't? Got Suntech and Galaxy Films and Lexan. They all look pretty different from the inside, but same percentage. Yeah, it's just how they color their films, and this is where you need to try what you want to install on customer vehicles. You know, 2% is not like, so that Walmart film that I did a video on with a super dark windshield. I actually made a TikTok of it. No, that part's not in the TikTok. I'd have to show the outside. No, the beginning. I got them great tips and tricks. Let me, oh God, how far back do I have to go? All videos? Oh, okay, there we go. So it'll show me the videos. Can't even find my own freaking video. What the heck, dude? Oh, I just saw it. There it is. Percent. Okay. Fan tips, cone tips. No, this one. Okay, so at the beginning of this one, super dark window film. Look at this. You see this bright side of the film is so dark. I know you're talking about the inside, but this is a good example of the outside. This is 5% here. This is 2.5% from like this whole other section. This is GeoShield Pro Classic. This is Walmart. So films can let a certain amount of light through, but there's like differences in just the coloring, the finish, and whatnot. There's so many little variables. So there's a spec sheet, and then you get the film in your hands, and it doesn't tell you like the tone of the film, what it's like to work with, and just like a lot of other nitpicky little things. So always get the film and check it out. There's just, for whatever reason, some will look a little bit more tan, some will look a little bit more green, some will look a little more blue, neutral, and find what you like and then go with that. But films, like tones of films is one of the most frustrating things, but we don't get to pick it. It's just whatever it happens to be is what it happens to be. And then we can get a different type of film if we don't like it. But then you're sometimes dealing with a completely different company at that point. There's always trade-offs on customer service, price, and just this film I liked. If they took this film and mixed it, it'd be the perfect trend. I can't find that with anybody. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to take off. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. 'Twas a good stream. I like sitting here. I like being lazy for a bit. My numbers don't like it, but I like it. Do you notice that? So we have to be doing something. We peaked at like 75 people today. And now sitting here, dun, 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 people want to see you do the thing. You guys are the hardcore people. I appreciate you. Alrighty, dudes. I will see you later. What's today? Thursday? I know. Maybe we have an Explorer tomorrow. So expect one tomorrow. An Explorer? We'll see. Bye.